Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we live in a world where money rules, but I am here to tell you, money is a game and it's time to wake up. From the moment you are born, you are told to chase it. Work hard, save, invest. But have you ever stopped to ask, who made the rules of this game? Have you ever questioned why some seem to win so easily while others struggle just to survive? The truth is, the system was never designed for you to win. It was designed for you to be a worker, a servant, a follower. They tell you to play it safe, to stay in line, to trade your precious time for a paycheck that barely keeps you afloat. And all the while, the ones who truly understand money are making it work for them while you are working for it. But I'm here to tell you, you do not have to live that way. You do not have to be trapped by fear. You do not have to be a slave to a system that wants you blind, tired, and afraid. You can wake up, because money is not real power. It is not your God. It is not your master. It is a tool that when understood can set you free. Some of you are waiting for a miracle to change your life. Some of you are praying for more money, for more success, for a breakthrough. But let me ask you this. Are you still playing by their rules? Are you still trading hours for dollars while they print money out of thin air? Wake up. The rich are not smarter than you. They are not better than you. They just understand the game. And the first step to winning is to stop living in fear. Stop believing in the lie that you need to play small. Stop thinking that money is evil, because money in the hands of the right person, your hands can change the world. But remember this, money is a servant, not a master. If you chase it without purpose, it will destroy you. But if you use it wisely, it will set you free. People spend their lives chasing money, believing that once they have enough, they will finally be happy. They think wealth will bring them peace, security, and fulfillment. They say, if I could just make a little more, if I could just have that car, that house, that lifestyle, then I would be satisfied. But the truth is, no matter how much you have, it's never enough. The illusion of wealth is that it promises happiness but never delivers lasting joy. Look around. Some of the richest people in the world are also the most miserable. They have everything money can buy, yet they are empty inside. They turn to addictions, distractions, and even destruction, because what they thought would fill the void never does. They reach the top of the mountain only to realize there was nothing there. The problem isn't money itself. The problem is believing that money will solve what only purpose, love, and faith can truly fulfill. It's a deception that keeps people running on a treadmill, working harder, chasing more, but never arriving. They climb the ladder of success only to find it was leaning against the wrong wall. And while people are trapped in this illusion, the ones who understand the truth are playing a different game. They know money is just a tool, not a source of identity. They don't chase it. They use it. They don't worship it. Because when you see money for what it really is, you stop being a slave to it. You stop letting it define your worth, and only then can you truly be free. From the time you were a child, you were taught the same script. Go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, work hard, save money, and retire. They told you this was the path to success. But what if I told you that this path was never designed to make you free? What if I told you that the system was built to keep you working, struggling, and dependent, while a small group of people play by an entirely different set of rules? The rich don't trade their time for money. They don't sit in classrooms memorizing facts that won't help them in real life. They are taught how to leverage money, how to invest, how to make their wealth grow while they sleep. Meanwhile, the average person is conditioned to believe that hard work alone is the key to success. But if that were true, the hardest workers in the world would be the richest. And we know that's not the case. Look at the banks. While you're saving pennies in a low-interest account, they're lending your money out and making fortunes. Look at the tax system. While you're paying a huge portion of your paycheck in taxes, billionaires use loopholes to protect their wealth. The system is not broken. It works exactly as it was designed. But it was never designed to benefit you. So why do people stay stuck? Because they don't even realize they're playing a losing game. They follow the rules that were given to them without ever questioning who wrote those rules. They work harder, thinking that more effort will get them ahead, but they're just running faster on the same hamster wheel. The first step to breaking free is understanding that the game exists. If you don't know the rules, you will always be a pawn. But the moment you wake up, the moment you see the truth, you can start playing by your own rules. And that's when everything changes. Fear is the greatest weapon used to keep people trapped. From an early age, you are taught to be afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of taking risks, afraid of what might happen if you step outside the lines. And nothing is used to control people more than the fear of not having enough money. Think about it. Why do most people stay in jobs they hate? Why do they accept wages that barely cover their expenses? Why do they bury their dreams and settle for a life that doesn't fulfill them? It's because they are afraid of stepping into the unknown, afraid of what will happen if they don't have that steady paycheck. But here's the truth. They don't want you to realize fear is the only thing keeping you from freedom. The system is designed to make you believe that if you don't follow the rules, if you don't do what everyone else does, you will suffer. They keep you afraid of being broke, afraid of losing, afraid of making mistakes. But do you know who isn't afraid? The wealthy take risks while the average person plays it safe. They understand that money flows to those who step out in faith, not to those who stay locked in fear. They invest when others hesitate. They build businesses when others cling to jobs. They make bold moves while others stay frozen, worried about what might go wrong. Fear is a prison, but it's one you can walk out of anytime you choose. The moment you stop letting money control your emotions, the moment you stop living in fear of losing, you start playing the game differently. You stop being a worker and start becoming an owner. You stop surviving and start thriving. The ones who win at the money game are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or even the luckiest. They are simply the ones who refuse to let fear rule their lives. The question is, will you? Money isn't just paper coins or numbers on a screen. It's a reflection of your mindset. The way you think about money determines how it flows in and out of your life. Some people believe money is hard to get, so it always feels out of reach. Others believe money is abundant and it comes to them naturally. The difference isn't luck, it's mindset. Look at the world around you. Two people can start with the same amount of money, but one struggles and the other thrives. Why? Because one sees limitations while the other sees possibilities. One is afraid to take risks, while the other understands that risk is necessary for growth. One is focused on scarcity, on what they don't have, while the other is focused on creating more. Most people are trapped by their own beliefs about money. They say, I'm just not good with money, and so they never learn. They say, I'll never be rich, and so they never try. They say money is the root of all evil, and so they subconsciously push it away. But those who understand the game know that money isn't good or evil. It's just a tool that when used correctly can create freedom, security. The real battle isn't in your wallet. It's in your mind. If you believe money is scarce, you will always struggle. If you believe making money is difficult, you will always work too hard for too little. But if you change the way you think, if you start seeing money as something that works for you instead of something you work for, everything shifts. Wealth isn't about what you have in the bank. It's about how you think. Shift your mindset and you shift your reality. Wake up to the truth and you'll never look at money the same way again. Most people go through life playing a game they don't even realize they're in. They wake up, go to work, pay their bills, and repeat the cycle, never stopping to question if there's another way. They believe that if they just keep their head down and follow the rules, one day they'll make it. But what if the game was never designed for them to win? The truth is, if you don't wake up to the reality of money, you will always be a pawn in someone else's game. The system isn't built to make you free, it's built to keep you dependent. It teaches you to trade your time for money, to follow the traditional path of school, work, and retirement, but never to question who actually benefits from this system. While you're working long hours just to stay afloat, someone else is leveraging your labor to build their wealth. The biggest mistake people make is believing that financial freedom is only for a select few, the lucky, the privileged, the gifted. But that's just another illusion designed to keep you from trying. The truth is, freedom is available to anyone willing to wake up and learn how the game really works. You have two choices. You can continue being a worker, spending your life making someone else rich, or you can start thinking like an owner. Owners don't trade time for money. They build systems, create value, and make money work for them. They don't let fear control their decisions. They understand that comfort is the enemy of progress and that stepping outside the system is the only way to truly win. But the first step is awareness. You can't change what you don't see, and once you see the game for what it is, you'll never be the same again, because when you wake up, you stop playing by their rules and you start creating your own. Most people are trapped in the mindset of working for money. They wake up every day, clock in, trade their time for a paycheck. and repeat the cycle until they're too old or too tired to keep going. They believe that as long as they work hard, they will be rewarded. But the truth is, working for money alone is a form of modern-day slavery, because as long as you rely on a paycheck to survive, someone else controls your time, your choices, and your future. The wealthy understand something most people don't. Money is meant to work for you, not the other way around. Instead of trading hours for dollars, they create income that flows in whether they're working or not. They invest in assets, real estate, businesses, stocks, intellectual property, things that generate money while they sleep. They don't just earn money. They own things that produce money. That's the difference between being a worker and being an owner. Think about it. If you stop working today, how long can you survive? If your answer is only a few weeks or months, you don't own your life. Your job does. That's not freedom. That's dependence. The system is designed to keep you in this cycle, making just enough to get by, but never enough to break free. But there is another way. The moment you start seeing money as a tool instead of a trap, you can begin to shift from being a worker to being an investor. You don't have to start with millions. You just have to start with a mindset that every dollar you earn should be a soldier working for you, not something you waste or trade for momentary comfort. Ownership is the path to freedom. The more you own, whether it's a business, property, or investments, the less you have to depend on someone else to survive. And when you reach that point, when money is working for you instead of the other way around, you are no longer a slave to the system. You are free. Most people put their trust in money more than they trust in themselves or a higher purpose. They believe that if they just had more money, all their problems would disappear. They look at their bank account to determine whether they feel safe or anxious. They let money dictate their confidence, their decisions, and even their self-worth. But the problem with trusting money is that it can vanish in an instant. A job can be lost, a market can crash, a bank can fail. And when money is gone, fear takes over, because their security was never real to begin with. The truth is, people don't have a money problem, they have a trust problem. They have been conditioned to believe that money is the only thing standing between them and survival. That's why so many live in fear. Fear of losing, fear of not having enough, fear of falling behind. And when fear controls you, you will always be a slave to money. But the ones who truly succeed in life, those who break free from the system, are not the ones who have the most money. They are the ones who have faith. Faith in themselves, faith in their abilities to create, faith that opportunities will always come. They know that money is just a tool, not the source of their power. Look at the greatest innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Many of them started with nothing, no money, no connections, no special advantages. But they had one thing, belief. They believed in their vision more than they feared failure. They trusted in something greater than just a paycheck, and because of that, they created wealth instead of chasing it. The moment you stop putting your trust in money and start putting your trust in yourself, everything changes. You stop making desperate decisions. You stop living in fear. You stop looking at your bank account as your source of worth, because real wealth isn't found in a number. It's found in the confidence that no matter what happens, you have the ability to rise again. Most people live under the illusion that there is not enough money to go around. They believe wealth is something rare, something that only a few lucky people can achieve. They see the rich getting richer and assume that if someone gains, someone else must lose. This is the lie of scarcity, and it is one of the biggest tools used to keep people trapped in the system. The truth is, money is not scarce. It is created every day. Governments print it, banks lend it, businesses generate it, and yet most people live as if it's running out. They are conditioned to think in terms of limitations. I can't afford that. There's never enough. Making money is hard. But the people who understand the game don't think this way. They know that money flows to those who create value, solve problems, and take action. Scarcity is a mindset, not a reality. If wealth was truly limited, new millionaires wouldn't be created every day. If there wasn't enough money in the world, economies wouldn't keep growing. But because people are taught to believe in scarcity, they compete instead of collaborate. They hoard instead of invest. They see others as threats instead of partners. And worst of all, they settle for less because they believe that's all they can have. Look at how the system is set up. Schools don't teach financial independence. They teach obedience. They don't teach you how to create money. They teach you how to work for someone else who already knows how to do it. They keep you afraid of losing money so you never take the risks necessary to build real wealth. Meanwhile, the wealthy operate from abundance. They invest, they multiply their money, they give generously because they understand that money isn't a limited resource but an ever-expanding one. The moment you stop believing in scarcity, your whole world changes. You stop thinking in terms of survival and start thinking in terms of growth. You stop asking, how can I save a little more, and start asking, how can I create more? You stop seeing money as something you get and start seeing it as something you generate. There is more than enough in this world for you to have the life you dream of. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that there isn't. Once you break free from the scarcity mindset, you realize the truth. Opportunity is everywhere. Wealth is unlimited, and you are capable of creating more than you ever imagined. The difference between those who struggle financially and those who thrive isn't luck, intelligence, or background. It's knowledge. But not just any knowledge. The wealthy understand something the average person doesn't. Money follows those who know how to use it. Yet the system is designed to keep most people in the dark. Think about it. How much did school teach you about building wealth, about investing, about how to make money work for you? Probably nothing. Instead, you were taught to memorize facts, follow instructions, and prepare for a job where someone else decides how much you're worth. The system was never designed to make you financially free. It was designed to keep you dependent on it. Meanwhile, the wealthy play by a different set of rules. They understand how to use debt to their advantage while the average person is buried in it. They know how to minimize taxes while the average worker pays the highest percentage of their income to the government. They know how to make money work for them while others spend their entire lives working for money. The problem isn't that wealth is out of reach. It's that most people don't know how to reach it. And what's worse, many don't even realize that they can. They've been conditioned to believe that financial success is reserved for a select few, that it's complicated, or that it takes decades of hard work. But those who wake up to the truth see that financial freedom isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. Knowledge is the key that unlocks the door to wealth. Not just knowledge about your job or industry, but knowledge about money itself, how it moves, how it grows, how it creates more of itself. And the good news, this knowledge is available to anyone willing to seek it. Books, mentors, courses, real-world experience. The information is out there. The question is, are you willing to learn? Because once you understand how money truly works, you can no longer be controlled by it. You stop making decisions out of fear. You start playing the game as a worker, and you start playing it as a winner. The rich are not rich because they work harder. They are rich because they think differently. Change what you know, and you change your future. The power is in your hand. Money is a game, but most people never learn how to play it. They spend their lives following rules they were never meant to question. They work for decades, saving little by little, hoping one day they'll have enough to retire. They believe wealth is about hard work alone, not realizing that the system was never designed to reward them for effort. It rewards those who understand leverage. Look at the wealthiest people in the world. They don't trade time for money. They don't wait 40 years to retire. They use leverage. Other people's time, other people's money, and the power of systems to multiply their income. They understand that the only way to truly break free from the cycle is to step outside of it and play by a different set of rules. Most people never do this because they don't even realize they can. They've been conditioned to believe that security comes from a steady paycheck, that debt is always bad, that risk is dangerous. But the truth is, financial freedom is never found inside the system. It's found when you outgrow it. Leverage is the secret that separates those who struggle from those who succeed. The wealthy invest in businesses that generate income for them. They buy assets that increase in value over time. They understand that money should work for them, not the other way around. Meanwhile, the average person spends their whole life working for money, never realizing they could have flipped the script. This is why waking up is so important. Because the moment you see the truth, you can never go back to living the same way. You start making different choices. You stop spending all your time working for a paycheck and start building something greater. You stop living in fear of money and start using it as a tool for freedom. The system wants you to believe you're powerless, that wealth is only for a lucky few, that financial success takes a lifetime to achieve. But that's a lie. The ones who win at this game are the ones who wake up, learn the rules, and start playing to win. The question is, will you keep following the script you were given, or will you step outside the system and create a new reality for yourself? The choice is yours. The time has come to wake up, to see the truth that has been hidden from you for so long. Money is a game, one that has been played against you from the start, but now you know the rules. You know that fear is a trap, that scarcity is a lie, that the system was never designed for your freedom. And most importantly, you know that you can break free. The choice is in your hands. You can continue to live as a pawn, trading your time for money, obeying rules that were never made to benefit you, or you can step outside the system and take control of your life. You can shift your mindset, gain the knowledge, and start building something that works for you. This is not about wishing or hoping. It is about action. The ones who win are the ones who decide to play differently. The ones who refuse to live in fear. The ones who learn, who invest, who build, who refuse to let the system dictate their future.